What's up, ladies and gentlemen and ladies, and welcome to a new series we're going to be doing on a game called RimWorld. And yeah, I'm pretty stoked. Oh yeah, with your host as always, MrTrend. And so what up, peeps? So like I said, we're going to be doing a new series on a game called RimWorld. It's a game that's been out for a couple months now. I think it came out July 15th of this year. I know it's been in alpha and people have been playing it for quite a long time now. You can go online, and I'll link I'll put a link down in the description below to the gentleman's channel who I watched that actually got me interested into this game. He was playing it before it actually came out on Steam, which it is a Steam game, so there will also be a link down below for the Steam link to be able to go download it if you like for $29.99. So I'm not going to get too much into explaining exactly how all the mechanics and all that type of stuff works. We'll just talk as we go through the game and all that stuff. So if you really want to know more in depth about the game, then like I said, go check the channel down below in the description. But besides that, let's go ahead. We're going to be starting a new colony, but I just want to show that you can download mods on here. I've put a lot of mods on here, but I don't have any of them installed, as you can tell. I just have them downloaded. That way, after we do this first series, depending on how long it lasts, then after we die, because eventually we will die, then we will do different series with different mods. And the first one I definitely want to do is the zombie apocalypse. I think that's going to be freaking awesome. But for now, let's go ahead and do a new colony. So when you start the game, you start with this right here is the classic RimWorld settings. This crash landed where you land with 3 people, and these are all supplies you get. Rich Explorer, you just land with 1 person and you get even more supplies. Lost Tribe, I have no idea. I have not even messed with this one yet. But you can also custom make your own scenario with the scenario editor, which is what I have done. Alright, it's called the Exiled King. The scenario behind it is the people of Calopia have overthrown you and your family, ruling with a fair grace. Your people took this as weakness and have plotted for you for years on this day. They have banished you to an unforgiving planet where you and your family are alone, or so you think. It is on you to either give up and die in these lands, or you can rebuild your kingdom and exact revenge on those who have banished you. What will you do? We will start with 3 people. We'll be arriving in drop pods, and the movement speed has been set to 100 just to give us a, like I said, for the first series, I just wanted to boost the movement speed a little bit so we can move everything on a little bit faster. We'll be starting with 1,000 silver. You can just look at all this stuff. You'll see everything we start with. Like I said, this is all custom. I put all this stuff in here and put all the scattered parts down in here. And one of the cool things I like about this is that you can actually upload this to Steam, which I think is freaking awesome. So if any of you guys want to play my scenario, all you gotta do is type in Exiled King, and this is the scenario you'll get, and you'll be able to play with it. Alright, so we'll go ahead and hit next. These are pretty much 3 different game modes, so each game mode has its own game mode inside of a game mode, if that makes sense. Cassandra Classic is she's story events on steadily increasing curve of challenge and tension, this is what we'll be playing as. Phobia Chillax, hers are a little bit as time goes on, her events get increasingly harder. And then Randy Random, he just does all kinds of, so you might have a hard one, and then for a couple days or months or years in the game you won't have anything happen, and then you'll get, it's random. His name's Randy Random. So we'll do Cassandra Classic, and we're going to do Base Builder, which is, I believe Rough is the normal mode. It's considered the normal mode for the game, but we're going to go ahead and just do Base Builder since how this is our first series. And I already know that there's a seed called King, so we're going to do that. So you can hit randomize, and you can just pick whatever one you want. I really don't know how the seeds work. I don't know if there's a way to be able to make your own seed or whatever, but we're just going to do King. I'm going to do it at 350 by 262. Actually, you know, we'll go smaller because I did 300 by 225 earlier, and yeah, it was rather big, and I didn't feel like doing my first series on such a big map. Now this thing right here is your map selection, so you're gonna be picking where you're gonna be landing at. So if you look here, this is the ocean. You can pick the terrains, large hills, small hills. You pick the mountains. But see, a thing that I always look for is 2 main things that I want to look for when I start a map. Is you want to look for stone types. You want to make sure that you're getting a decent amount of various stones, and growing period is the biggest thing. Like right now it says never. You don't want to live here. You need to be able to grow crops in order to live. Now I'm sure that you can live off of just killing animals and such, but we don't want to rely on that because we don't know how many animals are going to be there. So we're trying to find a place like this right here. Granite limestone and slate, and it's growing year round, but it's flat, which means there's not going to be too many mountains there, and we want some mountains so that we can build inside the mountains. Here's a good area. It's also flat too. So before we do that real quick, if you look over here, you'll see a red dot. If we click on that, it'll show you Rifle Society. They're a pirate band. So from what I've been able to take out of this is that it always shows you where the rival, like the rating, one of the tribes are at. Because there's crap loads of different colonies and stuff around the whole world that'll end up coming into your camp and stuff that you can trade with. But for some reason, it always shows the pirate band. I don't know why it doesn't show the rest of them. But here's one. Large hills, granite and marble, and it's growing year round. Let's try to find something with granite, slate, and sandstone, and it's year round. That sounds good to me. So we're going to go ahead and select this site. Alright, so for this part, this is where you're going to pick who you're going to actually start the game off with, okay? So with this, you want to look at a couple things. The name doesn't really matter. You can always change the name and stuff, but you want to look at the backstory just a little bit, just because it shows you some of the boosted stuff they get down at the bottom. Like they get +5 medicine, which is good. It means they'll be able to heal people. But the firefighting thing disabled is bad, because that means that if there's ever a fire, then this colonist, this villager right here, is not going to help you put that fire out. And if they don't help you put the fire out, that's a bad thing, because it'll burn all your trees down. It can burn your buildings down if they're made out of wood and stuff. And that's bad, because once you start off on a map, that's your resources. There is no other resources outside of that. You can't move outside your map. So you definitely want to make sure, at least for me, I always make sure if they got firefighting disabled, automatically going to pick someone else. Now normally, I would probably pick this person, even though firefighting is disabled, because I still have 2 other villagers that are capable of doing so. But one of the things I do not like is the health. You don't want to start off your game with someone who's already injured. But then another thing you're looking at is you're looking at the traits. You want to make sure they don't have any. So look at this one, nervous. Heart tends to crack under pressure. Mental break threshold +8%. That's not good. If this person has a mental break, they're going to go psycho and start killing people, and that is not what we want. Neurotic. That's not a bad one. +20 global work speed, but mental break +8. So this person has +16 mental break. That's bad. Alright, and then psychic, not really sure what that's good for. So some of the other things you want to look at is the skills. You can just look at these and tell what they're used for. The 1 flame means that they will get a 100% learning increase, and this person doesn't have any 2 flames. This one does. Mining, they get 150. So 1 flame means that they are very proficient at it. They learn at it very well. They level up in it pretty quick. And then mining is, or the double, means that they just learn it even faster. Okay. So now that I've explained some of this stuff to you, I'm going to go ahead and go through here, name my characters, and pick my people, and then we'll cut back in a minute. So we're going to go ahead and stick with this person. This is the person we're picking. I know they already have a health wound, but mining's good, growing is good, construction, all these are pretty good. And yeah, I'm not worried about the rest of them. We're picking this person. Then we got our doc here, and then green thumb. So we're going to get started. Alright, so now the game started. This right here is a dialogue that pops up once you start the game. It'll tell you like a little story about what's going on and stuff. This is something you can also change the scenario editor. So I just put in here, where are we? They will pay for what they have done to our family. Good luck. And let's see where we land. Alright, so we landed here. First thing we're going to do real quick is we're going to pause the game. We definitely want to make sure, holy crapola. So it looks like we're going to be doing a lot of mining, which is okay. It's good. It means we only have these entrances that we can block off, which is cool, but that means it's going to be hard for us to find alien artifacts and hard for us to find all that type of stuff. So first thing we're going to do is, now we're pretty much just going to go right here. I could easily build a wall here and build a wall there. You know what? I think that's what we're going to do, guys. Then we're going to build a wall here, and then we'll build a wall here, and then we'll have this open area for our grass, or our plots and everything to grow, for our grass and such. And then we should be good. I don't know, but this is, I really don't like this area because there's no animals. Well, it looks like we're going to have to make do with what we got, guys. So something I need to turn off real quick is the adaptive tour. I don't need all that. So the first thing you want to do when you start off in the area is you want to set your stockpile zone. This is where all your people are going to put everything once they pick it up, all your vital stuff. And then you want a dumping zone. So we'll do the dumping zone. We'll put it up here for now. So that'll be our dumping zone. We'll go ahead and put a growing plot down. Put that right here. We got 8x6. We'll go ahead and click on it. We don't want potatoes. We want strawberries, I believe. Okay, so we don't have strawberries yet. So we'll go ahead and do, I think corn is what we want to do. So, all right, so we'll go do corn, which means when I unpause the game, they'll get to working on getting that picked up. And something else we got to do real quick is we need to pick on all of our items. When you start off, if an item has a red X on it, that means that nobody's going to interact with it. So you want to double click on all of them like this, or you can just single click on each one. Then you hit the F button, which means now your villagers will pick these items up. And alright, let's go ahead and click on these. Hit P because we want to collect that up. So sometimes you'll get all these scraps and stuff that are around everywhere and stuff. You want to pick those up and put them in your junk or your dump zone, because eventually you will be able to utilize these things and convert them to steel and such. Alright, now let's pick these. I only got that one. So we'll pick those up. Got 3 beds. We'll leave those for now. Got some silver. Pick those up. Component, we'll pick that up. And is there anything else? Okay, we got other stuff over here. What's this? Alright, this is our steel. We're going to pick all the steel up. Then we need to pick our wood. Pick all the wood up. Alright, so now you'll see when I unpause the game, go ahead and hit the 3 buttons that are fast forward. I like to do everything in the fast forward mode just because it's so much faster. These people are so slow. But, alright, so we should be good now. So something we're going to do real quick is we're going to go ahead and install these beds, and we'll just put them over here for now. So that our people have somewhere to sleep. Even though it's still outside, so it'll still bother them, they'll still get moody from being outside and such, but for now, I think that'll be good. So I'm going to let all these guys collect up all the resources and such like that, and then we'll cut back in a minute. Alright, so something else to talk about is the work order. So you can click on work, and then here you can select what you want them to do. You can just put a check mark in it and it'll automatically just tell them they need to do it, or you can do manual, which is what I like to do, and you'll actually pick the priority number for what you want them to do. Firefight, you want them to always be number 1 because you want them to all rush somewhere and put out a fire if it's close by. Doctor, we already know that she's the doc, and then this person is the backup, so I'll put them at number 2. Bed rest, you want them all to be on number 1, that way if they get injured they'll all go to bed rest. Flick is for switches. Whenever you start getting power supply and stuff like that, you want them to be able to turn it off and on and everything for when you have solar power, so that you can make sure that you're conserving it. Warden, we will set we'll set Jacob as the warden. Handle, you want all of them to be able to handle stuff, I think. Yeah. So we'll put these guys at 2. Alright, and then cook, we don't have a designated cook yet, so we will make that the doc. We'll make her the cook. Hunting, we don't want you to be the hunter. Put you at 4. Put this at 1. And then we'll go ahead and put you at 2. And then construct, just put all these at 2 for now because we need to make some buildings. Repair, not worried about yet. Grow, we definitely want to make sure that that's set there. And then let's see, mining, want Jacob to be number 1 because he's got the boost going on. Cut plants, who do we have growing? So we have Doc growing, so we want Doc to go ahead and be the one cutting them as well. Smith, Taylor, Art, Craft, we're not worried about yet. Hall, I'm going to go ahead and set them all on Hall 1. And then who do we want to be the cleaner? We'll put Green Thumb as the cleaner. And then research, we're not worried about yet. So research, Craft, Art, Taylor, and Smith, we're not worried about yet because we don't have none of those placed down. So we'll go ahead and leave it as is. And then, like I said, we'll go ahead and let them finish gathering all the resources. Then we'll cut back when they're finished. And we're back. So we got a little bit going on right now. We got all the resources gathered, cut down quite a bit of trees, got the plants growing. What did we grow again? Corn. Then I've been cleaning out this room. I took out a small little section, and it actually revealed this whole area, which was cool, and something I didn't have to worry about mining. We have a visitor right now, but I'm not worried about trading. You know, we can go see what he's got. Anything good? Nope, nothing good. So get back to work, you. So what we're trying to do right now is we're going to clear out this area some, and then I'm going to work on coming to, we need to make a butcher table to be able to cook the meat that we get, and then we also need to make a fueled stove so that we can cook the food, the corn. Alright peeps, so we got ourselves a fueled stove and we also have a butcher table. So with the butcher table we want to go in here and you have to add bills in order for your people to actually utilize these things. So we want to do butcher creature, and you can set it for however many times you want to do it. So you can set it for 5 times, 10 times, 20 times, how many times you want this person to do the task, but we want this to do it forever for now because we just need as much cooked meat as we can get. So we'll go ahead and set that forever. And you got to do the same thing over here on your fueled stove. So we're going to add a bill, go to cook a simple meal, and do the same thing, going to do it forever, so that our guy will maintain and doing this as long as we have food to be able to be cooked, so that we don't run out of food supply. Now with that, what I think I'm going to do real quick is, who is it? I think it's Jacob that has the gun. Okay, yep, Jacob has a gun, so we're going to use him to go ahead and we'll hunt that. We'll hunt the monkey. We'll go ahead and hunt the chinchilla. And then we're not going to hunt the, are these beavers? No, we're not going to hunt these guys yet, because I learned real quick during another world I had that if you hunt these things in packs, they will come a running, and we don't have any turrets or nothing up yet, so we are not going to mess with them. We got a cobra, we'll hunt that. Yes, I know cobras will attack back. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start hunting some stuff so we can get the meat done. So you see Doc's bringing all the meat inside of here, going to cook it all. Yes, I know Mad Animal. He got mad because I shot him. Okay, whatever. Alright, so now Doc is in here cooking and stuff. Oh, crap. Jacob, where you going? Kill the monkey. What are you doing, bro? Get out there and kill the monkey, man. What are you doing, bro? There you go. Jesus. Okay, so now our people are injured because they got scared and decided to not kill the thing. Alright, so once you do that though, if you notice here, I didn't mention what this was. Alright, so when you have a player, if they're being attacked by anything, you have to put them in the military mode in order for them to actually physically attack that thing's back. So they can hunt without being in the military mode, but in order for them to actually kill something that's aggressive, they have to be drafted into the military draft, and then they can actually kill stuff. So now we want him to be out of that mode, and we want to take her out of that mode as well. And while she's up here, so Doc, what she's doing right now, since these guys were injured, they're trying to sleep it off, which is why we put this bed rest on one. They're trying to sleep it off, and Doc is actually taking the food that we have and actually trying to heal these people by feeding them and giving them medical supplies. So we should be good to go. They should be getting healed pretty quick. She should still take these guys and continue to drag them in there and keep cooking them. And then, yeah, we should be good to go. So something that I learned watching another video is a nice, easy way to get stuff made pretty quick is to take some stools, and you want to put some stools next to your stove, whether it be electric or fueled. You put that there, and then we want to go in here and we want to get our zones. We want to put a stockpile zone here and a stockpile zone there. So with this one, what we want to do is go over here to storage, because you can change what each and every one of your storage holds, which is something we'll get into later once we start getting a weapons room made and a refrigerator and all that stuff. But for now, so we want to clear all, and what we want them to do is to take all the, not meals, we want them to put all the vegetarian stuff, which would be all the berries, the corn, all that stuff. They'll put all that stuff here in this stockpile. We will make sure we put that on critical, which means that it will take priority over this one. So if this one becomes full, then they will continue to stock it in here, and eventually, like I said, we'll have a refrigerator, which is where all the backup food will go. But for now, this is where they'll put all the food at. And then with this one, we want to do the same thing, clear all, but you want to go here and you want to put it on, oh, my mouse is acting weird. Oh, give me a second, folks. Alright, so we want to go to this one and we want to put all the meat right there. So that way, all the meat and all the berries and everything will be set right there. We also want to change that to critical, and then you will see how this works. So now, they'll take all the food and meat and stuff and they'll put it over here on these benches. Now you can put the stockpiles there without the stools, but it just makes it easier. When it's down on the ground, they'll have to walk over to it, pick it up, and go back to the table. But when it's on the stools, they'll actually just pick it up right there off the table without having to do the extra little step, which is nice and handy. So you can see they're storing all the stuff on the benches and everything. They're getting everything moved over there. And then once we do that, another thing to make this a little bit easier is you can go in here and you can put it to where you drop it on the floor, and that way she'll just continue to stand there, continue to make meals like that, and you'll see they'll come over and they'll pick up all the meals and they'll put it over in the stockpile for you. That way Doc is continuously making us some meals, which is awesome. So last thing we're going to knock out for this episode is we want to go ahead and make this our refrigerator area. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to set that there, and they're going to come up here and they're going to clear this area out, and then once they're done doing this, I'll cut back and I'll explain to you exactly what we're going to be doing. Alright folks, so we got this area cleared out. This is where our refrigerator is going to go. So what we want to do is you're going to come in here, you're going to go to the temperature, and you want to get yourself a cooler. Alright, now if you look at it, you'll see over here the resources we need are 90 steel and 3 components, which I don't even know how many components we have. We have 40, so we should be good for a while. So you want to make sure that when you place this in here, depending on where your location is, so if you're in a cold environment, you want to make sure you got the heat going inside. But to make a refrigerator, you want to make sure that you have the blue or the cold side facing inwards, okay? So with that, we also want to make sure that we place ourselves a door down right here. Now you can always pick different types of doors, but I always like to go with the steel doors. And actually, no, we have a bunch of silver, I believe. So, oh, that takes a lot of silver. So we'll go ahead and just stick with steel. Put a steel door there. And before we get to actually letting them craft that, we want to go back into the zones, pick our stockpile, and we want to completely encumber this whole area. Alright, so then what we're going to do is what I was showing you with the tables or with the stools over here. So we're going to clear all, and then what we want to do is we only want them to store the meals inside of here. Something else I like to put inside of here is the medicine. So I like to put the meals and medicine inside here. We want to put critical. That way this right here is going to be where they put actually something else we do have to do, I just thought about, is we also want to make sure we put the extra raw food inside here. So we're going to change this to important. Alright, so we got the raw food going inside here, we got the meals going inside, pretty much all the foods, and the medicine. Okay, raw resource, yeah, we don't need that going in there. Alright, and it says important. So now these guys will come over here, they'll build this thing, and then you'll see that, actually you won't see yet because I got to put a generator up still. So we also still need to go over to our power and get ourselves a fuel generator, and we're going to put that bad baby actually we're going to do something real quick. Get someone to come mine that block out. Once that block's gone, okay, that block is gone. Now what we want to do is we're going to take wooden, we'll just put wooden walls here for now. Put some wooden walls. Alright, and then we'll go ahead and select our power. We'll get ourselves a generator, put the generator inside there, and then we also need to get a, we'll just put a wood door here for now. Got a wood door going inside, so now we have a generator going and we have a wood door. So now they're fueling the generator with the wood. Then last thing we want to do in order to get this right here to work is it actually working? I don't think it's working yet, is it? It might be. It might be working because it's right beside there. I don't know. But what I like to do is I still like to do this. Alright, so we're putting that there. Okay, so that's cables, and you'll see what it's doing. Oh, we got a wanderer. Cool. We actually will want to connect one there. So they'll come over here. They're going to install the cables, and now our generator should be running. Alright, now because if you look in here right now, the temperature is 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so we're going to click on this, and you want to just drop this down. I drop it down to like 110. And then unpause it, and you should see the temperature inside of this room slowly start dropping. Okay, so I realized why it wasn't showing that it was frozen, because the survival meals are something that you start off in the game with, or something you'll get from drop pods and stuff. The simple meals are right here. It is what you craft. Okay, so if you look right here, now it says frozen. Now this is our refrigerator, and all the food will go inside here, and we no longer have to worry about the food that's inside here, whether it be berries, meat, anything. It will no longer spoil, which means it can sit in here for as long as possible, and we'll be good to go, which is awesome. So we now have a refrigerator going. You can see it's negative 21 degrees in here. We have a new tribe mate, or a new colonist that's joined the colony, which is awesome. So we're good to go. I think. You know what? Actually, hold on. Let's go ahead and pick up this rifle. I didn't even know we had a pistol. So I think this has been a fairly good episode. So please remember, folks, if you enjoyed the video, to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. I will reply. Thank you very much for watching, peeps. Peace.